Y2Mate Team Illuminati Productions presents
a mob production.
What is going on, guys? Today we are here to talk about the stock market. So definitely very different. I would appreciate it if you guys did drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new. Kind of getting into the stock game, man. I've been into it for about 3 to 5 years now, you know what I mean, kind of messing with it. I definitely think that I could help some people out. I'm not claiming to be like, you know, a crazy financial advisor or anything like that, but I mean, I've been doing okay. So I feel like, you know what I mean, I've been talking to people in real life. They say that it's confusing, they don't understand it, and that's why they don't do it. And I'm like, I mean, I guess I could understand how it looks confusing, but I'm just gonna tell you guys the easiest way. This is just for beginners that don't know anything about getting into stocks, and I'm just gonna explain to you how I kind of came up on it and like how it works. Alright guys, so the best way that I learned was just using the stock app that comes with the iPhone. If you guys are an iPhone user, I'm sure you have the stock app. I mean, that's just kind of how I learned. It's very user friendly, and yeah, I mean, we'll talk about what companies to invest in after we kind of look at the chart. So for example, let's just go to a company called Apple. I'm sure you've heard of them if you're using the iPhone, okay? Everybody knows about Apple. So you're investing in a company, right? So this is what their chart looks like. What I really like about this is, so at the top, you can choose your date range, okay? Actually, hold up now. Let's just start from the very top. What are we looking at? So every company is gonna have a 4-letter ticker. So Apple's is AAPL. It's just an abbreviation. That's what they go by in the stock market, is AAPL. That stands for Apple Inc. Okay. So looking at these next numbers, after the closing yesterday, they're selling at $126.60 a share. So if you want to buy one share, it's going to cost you that much. After hours, it's gone up about $1. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. And then going across the top, you've got your date range. You can do 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years. So imagine 5 years ago investing in Apple at $40 a share. It's now up to 130 almost. So definitely a nice little come up in the Apple game. Let's just kind of look at some recent stuff. You know, the last 3 months it's gone up about $20. So as you can see at the chart, just look at the very left. In September, it was about $112 a share, and now it's at 126. So not too much actually, at $14 or something. I'm not a math major, I told you guys, but just looking at the chart, you can see. So it's actually easier to understand. Does that make sense to you guys? So if you look on the right, those are your dollars. That indicates your dollar amount. At the bottom, it indicates the months. Let's just do a year. So looking at a year of Apple, it was trading at about $75-ish a share. Now it's up to 136. So that's honestly it, man. Like that's how I read these charts. That's it. Like, I'm not going in depth and doing calls and options. I'm literally just buying shares and then selling them when they're high. You know what I mean? When they go up, or even just holding on to them for a long-term investment. So this is how I'm reading it, just through the stock app that everybody has in their iPhone. I mean, it's that simple. Like, I'm literally the most basic stock investor, but it's working, okay, right? Like, so I'm good with it. So let's go ahead and just look down a little bit here now. Let's look at the numbers at the bottom, not to get you, you know, overwhelmed or anything, because some of these numbers, you know, I honestly don't even look at them a lot of the time. I'm just looking at the chart, because the chart really tells you everything. But it tells you what it opened at the day of, the last day it was open. It started at 128.96. The highest that it went in that day was 129.1, and then the lowest in the day was 126. So it only wiggled around $3, you know, not too volatile or anything. So definitely not really like a day trade. This is going to kind of be like a long-term investment if you're investing with Apple. Volume is just, you know, how much volume everybody, you know, together is what's going on with that. I don't really honestly know what some of that other stuff even means. 52-week high, 52-week low, I like to look at that sometimes. So the lowest it's been is $53, the highest it's been is 137. But other than that, you know, I'm not even really messing with other numbers and stuff like that on there. I'm just really watching the chart, seeing how it's going. And all time they're going up, you know. Apple is definitely a solid company. We'll talk about what companies to invest in here in a sec. But also another great thing about the app, bro, is that it just shows you stories about the company that you're on. So, you know, say you really like Apple. So we've got updated stories on what's going on with them, and they tell you, you know, this is happening with Apple, this is going to bring in new revenue, this is going to bring in new customers, so you know, like, great things are coming. So the stock's going to go up. Like, right, they just announced the release of something. What was it? I don't even know. My girl just told me something was released that Apple's coming out with very soon. Stock went up like $7 that day. Like, that's kind of how it works when something gets hot. When they announce something, people get hype. It's like kind of like just hype thing damn near. Alright guys, so back onto the main screen of the stock app. You can search at the top, you know, what company you want, whatever, you know, Walmart. Say you like Walmart. They've got stock. It's $145 a share right now. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, other than that, let's just talk about what makes a good company to invest in. So these are some of the companies that I follow, that I like to mess with, and we'll just talk about why I like them. So we talked about Apple plenty. They're just a steady, solid investment that goes up slowly over time. You're not going to get rich overnight with Apple, but they're making money for you over time. You got to be patient in the stock game, unless you're going to be a day trader. But we're talking about swing trades here, you know, month to month trades. Let it go up a little bit, let it settle. Buying on some dips. We want to buy on dips. But other than that, looking at the companies here, Amazon, guys, $3,200 a share. Okay, guys, Amazon is a giant player in society today, right? Ordering packages, a lot of things are coming from Amazon. Wow. So that is just, you know, kind of a company that the normal person cannot afford to buy a share right now. There are ways to buy partial shares, but even buying a tenth of a share of Amazon is still going to cost you quite a bit. So Amazon is kind of tough, but $3,000 a share, right? That's amazing. So they're doing something right. You know, they're everywhere, okay, right? They're coming out with drones. Amazon is going to be here for a long time. We're thinking about the future, okay? Amazon is going to be a huge player in the future, just for everything. You know what I mean? They do everything. Amazon is a great company. So that's kind of, you know what I mean? A top company, if you ask me, is Amazon. Looking at another company, Tesla, they are kind of another great company for the future. Let's just say Elon Musk, right? He is the CEO of Tesla, okay? Bezos, he is the CEO of Amazon. Those are going to be good companies to invest in. Those are two of the richest guys in the world. I'm just common sense thinking, right? Two of the richest guys in the world, they're probably doing something right. I want to get in with them. I want to get in with their companies. Their companies are going up and up and up. Look at the Tesla stock, bro. 1 year, it's gone up $500 in the last year. And we're thinking about Tesla, okay, as a company, not even just the CEO. Now let's think about them as a company. They are doing electric cars, okay? That is a thing of the future. That is going to be something that is going to be here to stay in the future. The world is moving more toward into that field of electric cars, you know what I mean? Eco-friendly stuff like that, however it's gonna work. The world's going that way, okay? Electric cars are gonna be a lot more common come 2030, 2040, 2050. They're only gonna be more and more common. Tesla is leading the way. If you guys ever watch YouTube videos at the Tesla factories, bro, they are so advanced, guys. Like, they are definitely a company here to stay, and they also have a lot of hype around them, so they've shot up quite a bit pretty fast, man. I'm a big believer in Tesla myself. Other than that, CLSK, they actually kind of partner with Tesla, which is another thing I want to talk about. You want to pick companies that partner with bigger companies, you know what I mean? Suppliers, stuff like that. CLSK, they do something with Tesla. I'm not extremely familiar with them, but yeah, I'm watching them as well. I'm kind of heartbroken about them. I sold off before they shot up like crazy. I sold for profit, but I could have got way more, so that one's kind of hurting my soul at the moment. But for example, looking at Boeing, let's just look at Boeing. All right, if you guys know anything about the aviation industry, there's two huge industries, Boeing and Airbus. They're at the top, all right? They're practically monopolies. Boeing is practically a monopoly, all right? It has lost a lot of stock since the COVID, right? Because people aren't flying. Makes sense, right? That's why it's gone down. It's just common sense, guys, right? Common sense. Just think about common sense, okay? Nobody's flying on airplanes, so they're gonna go down in stock, all right? Nobody's traveling. Everyone's scared to travel. COVID, you know what I'm saying, all right? So they've gone down. Subsequently, let's talk about one of their suppliers, SPR. One of the suppliers of Boeing. Look how much they've gone down as well. So you kind of got to think what's going on in the world. Is COVID going to affect it, you know? And if it is, maybe you want to buy on the dip. So buying Boeing right now is actually a good call, in my opinion, because it's going to go back up when people start traveling again. So buying in you know, these companies right now, I think is a good buy. I wouldn't have been I wouldn't be trying to sell right now. Definitely wait for that to come back, because it will come back, because they're monopolies, okay? So just kind of what I want to say, guys, is just common sense. Use common sense. See what's going on, what's going to be happening in the future. Find a few companies. You just got to find a few that you like and invest in them, and just make sure they're solid companies and they're here to stay for the future. You don't want to invest in freaking Radio Shack, you know, pizza. Like, no, you need to find companies of the future. Electric cars are something that's going to be huge in the future. Space, that's some space stocks. Just what do you think is going to be big? I can't tell you, but I think electric cars are definitely, you know, EV sector. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. But other than that, guys, I just want to let you guys know this is just, I'm trying to explain common sense, basic stocks, buying shares. You think about it, it goes up $20 a share, you have 10 shares, you know, you're making some decent money, okay? So just think about that. And other than that, I think I'm going to try to do a series. I'm rambling a little bit, I'm sorry, have a lot to say, but maybe we'll do a series on this and try to do a no money spent and make it from like $500 or $200 to $1,000 or something. I don't know, we'll figure it out. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like. The Common Sense Investor is here, and he is over and out. Peace.